Vanessa.
And I'm Faye.
And today we're going to do a Q&A / get ready with us. So we're going to be getting ready while simultaneously answering your guys' questions about, you know, being in a sorority or being in Kappa or just the whole rush experience in general. And this is going to be my 4th year in Kappa. I am now a senior, sadly. And I'm also technology chair, so I'm part of the recruitment team. Yeah.
And this will be my 2nd year going into Kappa.
Something cool about us is that we're cousins, so we're going to be sharing our experience about like what it's like.
Let's get started. All right, now that we took off our makeup, we're gonna answer some questions.
So the first question, did you feel like you had a strong sisterhood connection even being online?
I will say I felt somewhat of even having a more connection online because we were really making sure that we were reaching out to each other and like checking in on each other, especially on our mental health, rather as before, like, I know I struggled with trying to balance like school and all the activities I was doing, but since I had a little bit more time, I felt like I had, it was easier for me to connect to some of the girls.
Yeah, exactly. And like with school being online, it's like exactly what you said. It's a lot easier being able to like FaceTime your friends whenever you want. And also just, we also have like a lot of events such as like sisterhood events that are online, so it's still easy to be able to like communicate and like really, you know, get to know like more about your sisters through this virtual learning. I can't find my foundation. So next question, does your chapter foster an environment for inclusiveness and diversity? So inclusiveness and diversity is something that I think Kappa really prides itself in, just because we're all very self-aware and we do try to promote that as much as possible. And one of our values is even respect, so I think that kind of goes along with it as well. And in addition, I feel like we all try to, you know, really do the most we can, such as individually signing petitions, posting links to information, and stuff like that. So,
and we're all very good about spreading information within our chapter too.
Exactly. And then even a couple sisters as well as we've started like a Facebook page for Greek life in general to really just promote awareness for these social justice issues and like how we can better ourselves in Greek life in general. I think we really take inclusiveness and diversity serious because it's something that we should all be really fighting for every day.
As we've come together and like talked about the issues, we've been really helpful in educating each other. I've learned a lot over the past months with just people sending information. They're like educate yourself, like here are the tools, and they've like giving us opportunity to learn, you know, which is really awesome.
Exactly.
Moving on, what is our next question?
Do you have any advice for P&Ms going through recruitment?
Yes, it's really important to trust the process. Like for example, I wasn't even able to go through recruitment. I actually was planning on it, and when the time came, I had a surgery and wasn't able to make it. But with the support of like all the people that I met, I was actually able to COB, and they were super supportive through the whole process, and they made it so easy for me, and that's also why I chose Kappa. Okay,
so like kind of one thing that I learned was basically just don't be afraid to be yourself. You're choosing these sororities because you feel like you fit in with them and that you want to be friends with these girls. Make sure you choose the sorority that, you know, you really love and feel in your heart that you would match up with, and don't be afraid to be yourself, because at the end of the day, like, it's a mutual selection process, so it's like you want to both really love each other, basically.
Yeah, you're picking each other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So also, even don't be afraid to just ask questions in general, because I know the whole recruitment process, especially this year, is super confusing with like everything that's going on. Like we're all still doing like virtual recruitment, but it's just really confusing. So don't be afraid to ask questions and reach out. Anyone in Panhellenic is more than happy to assist you with anything. So,
and even just advice in general, I feel like everyone is super welcoming. So it's not like a bother to ask questions. Like it's something that we all really love, and so we're more than happy to share any information with you. Like we want to give you as much details as like you want to know, you know?
Exactly. Okay, I'm just baking, so I'm gonna look a little crazy. How is your chapter handling this virtual change to recruitment? I feel like it's been really difficult, I'm not gonna lie, because it's like, it's very different than what we've done
And it's
in the
very new
past.
to everybody. So just like anyone going through a new process, everyone is learning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, they're learning as they're trying to do it, and they've been really good at communicating with us as much as they know, like, when they know it. They're like, all we know is this, and like, we want to tell you as much as we can, but we don't even know any more
Exactly.
information. So I feel like it's been handled extremely well.
Exactly.
And they were like, we're here for you, like, we're gonna make this the best as we can, you know?
Exactly.
You know,
And
about it.
like, kind of like in addition to that as well, or like adding on to that, I just feel like as hard as virtual learning is, it's kind of opened new doors for us, such as like, you know, as I mentioned before, like those sisterhood events. Like, we've never had an online sisterhood event where like everyone is pretty much able to go and be there. So it's really opened new doors. So, but it's a lot of fun. I mean, I feel like either way, whether in school or we're not, we've all still been very connected and been able, you know, to still talk to one another on the daily. It's been difficult, but our chapter has been able to handle it in a way that I feel like it's still fine and that we're still having fun.
Yes,
So,
I agree.
oh my god, my face is so like
Look at them.
like dry.
You've been powdering for 10 years.
I know. So the next question, what is it like being in the same sorority as your cousin?
I find it to be like the best experience ever. I did not want to like rush or anything. I was so
She was against it.
And it took one night. Like, I just met some of the girls and I was like, this is like, it felt so comfortable, and I was like, this is exactly where I need to be, you know? And it changes your entire college experience too,
It really
you know?
does. And like, especially just like with us in general,
Yeah.
like I get to go to college like with my best friend / cousin,
I
you
know.
So I feel like, I don't know, it's really cool because I get to share this like Kappa experience with a family member.
I
you
know.
And it makes it like even more special.
I know, when your cousin becomes your sister. I know, and I feel like it's really awesome because we're gonna be able to share these like stories that we have with
like our kids, like
yeah.
our daughters, hopefully. It's really exciting and we love it a lot.
I know.
Obviously, or we wouldn't be here.
I actually want to say I knew that Kappa was for me too when I was deciding to go through recruitment and everything, and Vanessa was like, oh, well, you know, like, you don't have to pick Kappa because I'm in it. Like, I want you to go with the one where, like, I want you to go with your heart. Like, go with the one that you really, really love. And she's like, you don't have to pick it just because I'm in it. I was just like, you guys are so accepting, like, you wouldn't even be mad. I was like, yeah, this is where it's supposed to be.
Exactly. And that like kind of goes along with our other question too. Our other question was like, why did you choose Kappa and why are you still in it? And you know, that's basically like what she had to say too. And like for me personally, it's just like the authenticity of every woman that I've met so far. It's like I could literally just make like the weirdest jokes ever. And like no one judges me, they just laugh with me pretty much. I don't know, I would say I'm a very goofy person and like really silly, and like so is Faye, and that's just kind of how it is. Like anyone in Kappa is really like that. You can have a real honest, genuine conversation with everyone, and they're just very like accepting, and that's kind of what keeps me going, because it's been like that since the moment that I met them, like my very first Kappa party going in recruitment. So it's still the same.
And everyone genuinely cares about you too. Like, if you need help, they'll stop what they're doing and they'll help you. Like, they'll be there for you. You're like, oh, I'm struggling with this. Does anyone have any advice about this? And they're there. You
Exactly.
know? Which is really, it's just awesome.
I agree. Is it common to have athletes in your sorority? You want to answer this?
Yeah, I can answer this. So we have members that are on like the cheer team and the dance team, and I knew I had gotten on CSUN's dance team before I even knew I wanted to rush. And so I was nervous about how I was going to be able to balance both. I'm sure just like any other sport, like with practice and having games every single week, I was nervous that it was going to be too much, but Kappa allowed me to be able to explore that and have both comfortably, and they never put pressure on me and made me feel bad if I wasn't able to be at an event, and they're like, oh, we understand and we support you. And it was It's the best when you get to go perform at a game and you see all your sisters there. It was so fun. Like I got to see, like people would come out to see. Yeah, and even having some of the other girls in Kappa be on like the cheer team, and we got to
so
like,
me on cheer too.
Yeah, and we got to almost perform together because they were on the other side of the court, and so we had like Kappas on each side, which was really awesome. And so I think that if someone's worried about doing both, that it's 100% doable. Kappa's there to support your dreams, and they're there to support you, and if that's something that you want to do, they're gonna say go for it, you know, and they're gonna be there cheering you on the whole time.
I've been doing my eyebrow for like
How do people do this for real?
Like
sweating?
I know. But on the real though, like how do YouTubers actually like talk and do this at the same time? Because like my eyebrow does not look like that usually. So now that I fixed my eyebrows a little bit. Next question. With school online this fall, will Kappa still be having events to keep their sisterhood strong?
Yes.
Okay, so yes. So kind of like I've mentioned throughout this entire video, we've been having a lot of virtual sisterhood events, and I know like those will keep going just because we don't really know. No one knows like the certain circumstances, but I also do know that Kappa really does want to try its best, as well as like other sororities as well, to be able to hold these certain events. So like usually we do have like formals and like date parties and all that.
Going into this like fall semester, already knowing that it's going to be online, they're going to be able to plan really well and know exactly where we want to take those events.
Exactly. So yeah, kind of adding on to that as well, if the circumstances do allow it and it's safe to this semester, I know Kappa's trying its best to be able to hold formals and date parties maybe. And I know we're still going to keep on having like our philanthropy events. So like any kind of event to like fundraise for our personal philanthropy, which is reading is fundamental. So how hands-on are philanthropy events? So usually we have our own philanthropy event, like Epsilon Xi of Kappa's philanthropy event, which is reading is key. And like what we do is we go to elementary schools and we'll read to children and we'll donate books to them. So it's very hands-on in that sense.
Yeah, as we slowly change into the virtual setting, we'll probably do more things like just basic fundraising. For example, a fraternity this spring semester was able to raise a whole bunch of money for COVID relief just by selling shirts. And I think stuff like that, we're gonna have to implement that a lot more. And
just basically like whatever we can, but
basically following protocol.
Yeah, following like social distancing protocols and stuff. So it's basically like whatever we can do as of right now, but most of the time it's always hands-on. You know, we host these philanthropy events and like people will come and their attendance counts towards like points and money that we use to donate to certain philanthropies. So
what blew your expectation like coming into Kappa? Like what weren't you expecting to happen?
So something that like really surprised me coming into Kappa, or just like being in Kappa in general, was just I really didn't expect all these like relationships and like friendships that I've made throughout Kappa and my time in Greek life to like take off as much as they have. And I feel like anyone in Greek life can really like relate to this, and it applies to them. You really don't expect these friendships to like, you know, basically take off and to like last as long as they do. I mean, it's like hopefully something you would expect, but like when it actually happens, it's amazing.
They make you feel so welcomed so quickly, like they're just there for you automatically.
That's like kind of an important thing in general. Like if like being in a sorority and being in Kappa, or just like any sorority Panhellenic, you really get out what you put in.
Exactly. All right, well,
this is the finished look.
Yes.
But as always, if you guys have any questions, you know, you could still ask us. We will respond. Follow at CSUN KKG on Instagram and DM them, and they will be more than happy to assist. Or also at CSUN Panhellenic, and you know, they will be able to assist as well with Greek life questions in general. So,
and you should turn on push notifications.
Definitely follow this channel as well, because we will definitely be posting more videos. So
to find out more information about recruitment, or even to just see what Kappa does, like, and what we do together. I think we're going to be posting some Kappa takeovers. Those will be fun to watch.
Exactly. But
all right,
thank you so much for watching, and we hope you guys have a great rest of your day.
Stay safe.
Bye.